Why we spend money we don't have, the science of impulse buying. Welcome to today's video. You've been there before, wanting something you don't necessarily need and making an impulsive purchase. Why do we do it? Here are the top 4 reasons for this common behavior.
Now, before you start hating, ask yourself, be honest. Ain't I clean up now?
Number 4, the brain on dopamine. When we see something we want, our brain releases a chemical called dopamine, which gives us a feeling of pleasure and reward. This can create a strong urge to make an impulsive purchase, especially if we feel like we're missing out on a good deal. In fact, many retailers use limited time promotions or flash sales to create a sense of scarcity and urgency. This triggers a rush of dopamine in our brains, making us feel like we need to act quickly to take advantage of the deal. Even if we weren't planning on making a purchase, the rush of dopamine can be so strong that we end up buying something on impulse. Did you know that the prefrontal cortex is responsible for decision-making and self-control? When we're faced with an impulse buying decision, this part of the brain may not be as active as it should be, making it harder for us to resist the urge to spend. Number 3, the power of advertising. Marketers know how to play to our emotions and desires. They use tactics such as scarcity, urgency, and social proof to create a sense of pressure and encourage us to make a purchase. This is why sales and promotions can be so effective in triggering impulse buying. Imagine you're shopping online and you come across a product that you've been considering for a while. You're not sure if you want to make the purchase just yet, but then you notice a pop-up on the page that says, "Only 3 left in stock. Buy now to secure your item." This is an example of the scarcity tactic in action. By creating a sense of scarcity, the marketer is playing to our fear of missing out, FOMO. We don't want to miss out on the opportunity to buy the product, so we're more likely to make an impulse purchase to avoid that feeling of regret. Now, imagine you're browsing social media and you see an ad for a new product that has thousands of likes and positive comments. This is an example of the social proof tactic. By showing us that other people have already purchased and enjoyed the product, the marketer is playing to our desire for social validation. We want to be part of the in crowd and feel like we're making a good decision. So we're more likely to make an impulse purchase based on the positive social feedback. And more obviously, you think, if this works for all these people, it must be great. Seasoned marketers will combine multiple plays at the same time to create a powerful psychological pull towards making an impulse purchase. Number 2, the social comparison factor. We also tend to compare ourselves to others when it comes to spending. This can create a sense of pressure to keep up with our peers, especially if we see them buying expensive items or going on lavish vacations. This can lead to impulse buying in an attempt to keep up with others, even if we can't afford it. Social comparison theory suggests that we evaluate ourselves and our worth based on the people around us. We may compare ourselves to others in terms of our appearance, our accomplishments, and even our possessions. This can create a sense of pressure to keep up with our peers, especially if we feel like we're falling behind or not measuring up. When it comes to spending, this can manifest in a number of ways. We may feel pressure to buy certain items or brands that are popular or trendy among our social circle. We may feel like we need to keep up with our peers in terms of our spending habits, even if we can't afford it. And we may feel like we're missing out on something if we don't make certain purchases. Advertising and social media can also play a role in exacerbating social comparison and impulse buying. We're constantly bombarded with images of people living seemingly perfect lives, traveling to exotic locations and buying expensive items. This can create a sense of pressure to keep up and can make us more susceptible to impulse buying. To counteract the impact of social comparison on impulse buying, we can focus on our own values and priorities. We can think about what truly matters to us and what brings us joy and fulfillment, rather than focusing on what others are doing or buying. We can also seek out social connections and communities that align with our values and support our goals. By focusing on our own unique path and priorities, we can create a more fulfilling and meaningful life, rather than getting caught up in the endless cycle of social comparison and impulse buying. Number 1, lack of financial literacy and planning. Many people make impulse purchases because they don't have a clear understanding of their financial situation and goals. They may not have a budget or a plan for their money, which can make it easier to justify impulse purchases at the moment. Without a clear understanding of their financial situation, people may not realize the long-term impact of their spending habits, which can lead to financial stress and problems. For example, they may not realize that a small daily purchase, such as a cup of coffee, can add up to a significant amount of money over time. They may also fail to account for unexpected expenses, such as a medical emergency or car repair, which can further exacerbate their financial stress. If you don't know where you are going, any road will take you there. This is especially true with your money. Well, that's it, folks. Do you have a personal experience with impulse buying or a strategy that helps you avoid it? Share it in the comments below. See you in the next one.